Saturday, the Golden Hurricane looking to upset the number 21 Cincinnati Bearcats in Cincinnati, Ohio. Find out what happened next on the Philip Montgomery Show.
The Philip Montgomery Show, brought to you by St. Francis Health System, by River Sperry Casino, and by Pepsi. Now your host, Bruce Howard.
Hello again, everybody, and we welcome you to the Philip Montgomery Show as we join you from one of the oldest stadiums in America, Nippert Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio, where Saturday the Golden Hurricane had a chance at upsetting the number 21 team in the nation. Unfortunately, it didn't work out at the end. Cincinnati wins the game 24-13. And in a moment, we'll be back and we'll have the coach along with Rick Corey with the lead up to the game and then first half highlights. That's on the Philip Montgomery Show. It was the 34th all-time meeting between TU and Cincinnati, with the Hurricane leading the series 17-14 and a couple of ties. As we get ready for this matchup in the American Athletic Conference, let's get the run-up to the game and then first half highlights from my broadcast partner Rick Corey and head coach Philip Montgomery.
All right, thanks, Bruce. All right, Coach, coming here to Cincinnati, you knew this was an offense that was at times explosive, at times grinder. What worried you the most?
Really the grinding part of it, I think. You know, you knew they had explosive capabilities, but I felt really good about our matchups in the back end. I thought our DBs were going to be able to handle that. They got good receivers, obviously, but we got good DBs too. And so we needed to be able to control the run game part of it, get them those long down and distance. And, you know, the thing that's a little bit scary about them is really the quarterback. You may have everybody covered up and then him pulling it down and running. He's a pretty athletic guy back there, trying to contain him and get after that part.
And then defensively, they'd been so opportunistic in the last couple of games. When you saw that on film, what were they doing really well?
Well, I mean, they're attacking. They got a lot of pressure to them. They got a lot of length. And, you know, the last couple of weeks, they've scored a couple of different defensive touchdowns. You know, we wanted to stay away from that part of it, but felt like we had a good plan and a good scheme coming in. Really anticipated a little bit different look out of them. They showed us something that didn't think they were really going to run that much of, and then, you know, basically got it the whole game. And so we were prepared for it, and guys went out and executed, and we did a good job of, you know, extending drives and doing some of those things. We got to take care of the football better. You got to convert in the red zone. Can't leave it to just 3 points when you have opportunity for 7 in games like this.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get to the first half highlights here in Cincinnati. It's Tulsa and the Bearcats.
High end over end kick, and it is taken at the 3-yard line by Stokes. Right side gets it to the inside the numbers, to the 15, to the 20, to the 23, maybe the 24-yard line, before he is taken down a 20 down and 2. The handoff goes up the middle. Brooks has a hole, gets it 35 and spins forward to the 40, to the 41, and the Hurricane with two very good. And a fake handoff, and Smith back to pass, loads of time, throws over the middle, and it's caught by Josh Johnson right at the midfield stripe, and he gets it into Tulsa territory at the 40. Josh Johnson, one receiver to the right, back to pass. Smith steps up, he gets hit, and the ball is loose. It is fumbled. It is at the 35-yard line. Cincinnati says they have it.
The officials have not yet.
Officials have not made a call. And now they say Cincinnati ball. So it's Ritter in the offense, Warren to his right, Ritter out of the shotgun, hands it off to Warren. Warren is stuffed by Cooper. Edmondson stopped him. The snap is back, the ball is down. Here's the kick on the way, a line drive shot, and it is straight through there. He made it. Second down and 9 from the TU 47-yard line. And a fake handoff, and Smith takes it himself, and he fumbled the football. It's loose on the turf as he got it to the 50 and got it to the 46-yard line of Cincinnati, and it is recovered by Cincinnati. My goodness gracious. Snap is back, the ball is down. Here's the kick, it is blocked. And so Tulsa does get out of it with 0. And 4 guys standing up, and here they come. All out blitz, back to pass Smith. They pick it up, a throw toward the end zone, and it is intercepted in the end zone. And a flag flies as it was picked off in the end zone. That interception by Javon Hicks. First and 10 at their 31. Cincinnati leading 10-0. Here's the snap. Turns, hands it off Warren. Warren off the right side gets hit and knocked down at the 32-yard line. Another good pursuit play by TU. This time it was Travis Gibson. Australia, Wangaratta, and he is, again, one of those Australian rules kicker. He's a left footer, and he high end over end kicks it high in the air, downfield, and a fair catch called for and made by Stokes at the 23-yard line. And another punt. This one is blocked. Bennett with the punt blocked. And now the ball scoots forward and is fumbled, and now at the 45. Tulsa says they have it. But the Cincinnati player tried to scoop up the blocked punt at about the 30-yard line. It went off the Cincinnati player and went forward to the 45 where Tulsa recovered the ball. And that's going to be TU ball, I believe, at their 45. Back to pass. Smith has time, throws left side, a man is open, Stokes catches it, 30 down to the 25, tumbling down, and that is a big play for the Golden Hurricane.
Shamari can score.
Keenan Johnson to the left. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Smith. Smith steps up in the pocket. Throws to the right side. A man is wide open. Caught at the 10-yard line by Josh Johnson. Tried to get it in the end zone. Very close. Under center, Smith. Smith hands it off. Up the middle. TK Wilkerson diving, lunging, and in. Touchdown. TU. TK Wilkerson gets the handoff. And he had a nice hole. And the guy was grabbing him by the leg, but he still lurched forward for the score. And TU on the board. It's 10-6.
So the Hurricane getting a touchdown late in the first half to cut the lead to 3. It's 10-7 at halftime with Cincinnati leading. Second half coming up next on the Philip Montgomery Show. At halftime, the Golden Hurricane is trailing Cincinnati by a score of 10-7, and the Bearcats get the second half kickoff. So let's talk halftime adjustments and get you to second half highlights. Here's Rick Corey and head coach Philip Montgomery. Guys?
All right, Coach, so at the half, it's been a real back and forth first half. There were moments that were just devastating almost, and there were moments when you guys really fought so hard. What at the half were you talking about?
Well, I really wanted guys just to stay focused and continue to keep grinding and doing the things that we were doing. Now, obviously, I wanted to clean some things up offensively, needed to execute better versus a really stout defense, and so we knew that was coming on, but we felt like, run-wise that we were on it. Felt like we had some matchups in the passing game that we could take advantage of, but really just staying focused, staying locked in, and continue to keep grinding because, we got 30 minutes left. Let's stay focused on what we got in front of us.
Any particular changes you made at half?
Yeah, obviously you got in and got able to make a couple of adjustments. Again, they went more to an Okie look with some guys playing off and playing some different man cover schemes back there. So we wanted to make those adjustments. Offensively, from a defensive standpoint, they'd only had 26 plays. And so, you really just wanted to stay focused on your game plan. Felt like we were in good position most of the time and just needed to continue to keep wrapping up and tackling well and maintaining those positions on blocks.
They say it's a game of inches, and you're going to see many of those in certain plays in this second half. Here are the second half highlights of Tulsa and Cincinnati.
And it's 2nd down and 7 from their 38-yard line. And Dokes gets the handoff, and he angles. No, it's actually a keeper by the quarterback. What a fake. Around the right side, and racing is Ritter to the 50, down to the 40-yard line. Man, he had me faked out totally. Here in the tight end, of course, is DeGuara. And now to the right of the quarterback, Ritter, is Dokes. On 3rd and 12 from the 28. Here's the snap. Ritter back to pass. Throws a floater over the middle. It's caught by Dokes. Breaks a tackle 25-20. Near side 15-10. Down to the 5. Breaking a tackle. Diving for the pylon. Is he in or not? No call yet. I guess they're saying touchdown. I didn't see the call. Did you?
Not a single official made that call that I saw. Buchanan made it for Cincinnati.
Well,
even if you devote days to it.
1st and 10 at their 18 for Cincinnati, looking for the knockout blow, leading 17-7. Ritter back to pass, big rush on, and a ball is fumbled and Tulsa's recovered. A big rush and a hit by Travis Gibson. The ball free. Shamar Robinson picked up the fumble, and the Golden Hurricane has the ball at the 8-yard line of Cincinnati. A huge play by the Tulsa defense. My goodness.
That was Travis Gibson.
Goal from the 14, a 24-yard attempt. Rainey gets his foot into it. The kick on the way, and it is good. And Tulsa off of the terrific defensive play by Travis Gibson. On 2nd down and 10, the handoff off the left side. Shamari Brooks around the corner. He gets it to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, and he's going to be across the 50 and into Cincinnati territory for a gain of 11 to 10. Here's the snap. Smith back to pass. Has time. Running out of time. Throws the ball incomplete at the 45-yard line. A flag flies. Going to be interference.
Pass interference. Defense, number 14. The ball declares the spot of foul. Automatic first down.
Montana and Josh Johnson. Back to pass. Smith has time. Steps up in the pocket. Throws on the right side. High in the air. And a leaping grab by Crawford at the 5-yard line. And he tumbles down to the 4. What a catch by Crawford. He threw it up there. It was a 50-50 ball. And he outbattled Justin Harris for the ball. First and goal, Tulsa at the 4. Wow. That's it.
A gain of 40 yards.
To a 4-point deficit. The hold of Cannon Montgomery. 21-yarder right hash mark from right to left. Higuera's snap is a good one. The kick is on the way, and he line drives it through there. And Tulsa has drawn a little bit closer. 12-12 to go in the game. Cincinnati 17, Tulsa 13. The shotgun. Ritter has the snap, drops back to pass. Rush coming, and he is sacked way back at the 24-yard line. Zaven Collins on the blitz, and he sacks him at the 24.
Shamar was right there too.
23, Zaven Collins.
He has the snap, turns, fake handoff, drops back to pass, throws to the near side, and it is intercepted. Intercepted by TU's Reggie Robinson. On the near side at the 26-yard line, a flag is down.
And a head is off.
And a head is off. So what could we have?
Big position.
Pass interference. Defense, number 9. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Number 23, Jared Dukes took the handoff. Smith's pass was intercepted by touchdown, Bearcats on a 27-yard run from Jared Dukes. Number 9, Ritter has kneeled the play dead in victory formation for the Bearcats. As the final seconds tick away on Bearcats.
So the final 24-13, and Coach, obviously, and I know you can't talk about it, the interference call against Reggie was a huge play. There were other plays in that second half, but your guys just kept fighting back. Was there a moment in there when you thought, all right, we're about to break it open?
Well, that was it right there. You know, we just hit the big throw to Sam, needed to go ahead and convert that to a touchdown, but got points out of it, felt like momentum was on our side. We're doing some good things moving the football. Defense comes out, and then, you know, you think you get the big turnover right there, which I think there's 6 minutes left in the game, something like that, maybe a little bit more, and felt like the momentum was all on your side, and really needed that play to stand.
All right, so when we come back, we'll talk about the next game. That's homecoming against Memphis. That's next on the Philip Montgomery Show.
Welcome back to the Philip Montgomery Show. On our feature segment, we're going to talk about a young man from Carlsbad, California. He's a Californian. His dad is from Australia, and they're a punting family. Let's hear the story about Thomas Bennett and the Hurricane.
Thomas Bennett is a senior punter from Carlsbad, California. He's in his 3rd year punting for the Golden Hurricane and has learned a lot.
It's kind of my mentality towards not only punting, but being a football player in general. I really think I've just improved and just kind of taken the weightlifting aspect more importantly, and just I've kind of grown as a person, I would say, more than anything.
41-yard average and 3 punts so far for Bennett.
He may be from California, but Thomas's roots are in Australia. He's the son of Darren Bennett, the 11-year, 2-time Pro Bowl NFL punter.
Steady the ship for the Demons, but he's a long way out. Kicking from 60 metres. He is a good kicker of a football. Oh, he's hammered that. That is a mighty punt kick.
Darren was really the first of many Australian rules football players to come to the U.S. and successfully transition to American football. But to truly appreciate his father and that native sport, Thomas visited Australia.
We went to a few games, some St. Kilda games, and it was really fun. I love watching that sport. And my dad, a lot of people out there know my dad because especially people my dad's age.
Our field average size is probably 200 yards by 150 yards an oval, and so there's a lot of space with 18 guys on the field to be able to move that ball over long distances. So that's why we kick the ball. A different shaped field, we move the ball by foot rather than by hand, and so that's where the kicking technique sort of translates across to American football.
So a lot of pressure from Dad to have Thomas become a punter? Well, not really.
He's never forced me to punt or anything. I always say that. A lot of people just expect that because he was, this great punter that he just kind of made me punt when in reality I watched him punting as I grew up, so I just kind of fell in love with punting myself.
And now Darren Bennett has made a home in Tulsa, helping Thomas and the other kickers at TU with some pointers.
I've seen him mature in his punting technique and his ability to handle stressful situations, pressure and stuff like that.
It's good for me to just, because he's been through everything that I've been through, so he knows exactly what happens when I go out there, and him and I just have this connection on the field where we don't even have to say anything to each other. We're both thinking the same thing.
It's difficult. Obviously being coached by your father is hard, and so I think he's responded really well. The last couple of years he's really receptive to the coaching, and I think he's taken it on, and it reflects on the field for him.
I think just having him there my whole life, teaching me how to punt, it's really been helpful to me with my consistency and just having someone there that I can always talk to and be coached by.
Darren Bennett is a tactician, and he teaches many different types of punts. How many?
If we went through the whole repertoire, there's probably 9 different punts, but they only use 2 or 3 in the game.
I could say I could hit probably 6 to 8 different punts in different situations, including rollouts and stuff of that nature.
His right punt is probably his best punt, and so his right spiral, his right hang time directional spiral is probably his best.
We got one that we call the banana, where you kick it kind of towards the sideline, it'll wrap back around towards the field and roll down the sideline. It's a hard one to master, so there's a few punters who'll actually hit them.
Last year, Thomas Bennett averaged 46.6 yards a punt, second only in TU history to Glenn Dobbs' 48.3 in 1942. This year, more punts inside the 20-yard line, but a lower average. However, there's a reason for that.
We're moving the ball better this year as an offense, and so he's tending to have more punts around the 50-yard line that are inside the 20 punts. Last year he had a lot of, early on the season when we were trying to work our offense out, he had a lot of backed up punts that were 50 plus. So his average early in the season, reflected those long punts.
So Thomas may not break Glenn Dobbs' record, but he's okay with that.
When they wrote the story about Glenn Dobbs and how he punted and did a lot of other things at the school, it's crazy to think that someone who did so much just also could punt 48 yards a punt. And so it's cool. I love being right behind him.
We'll be back with more on the Philip Montgomery Show after this timeout.
Welcome back to the Philip Montgomery Show. I'm Rick Corey, along with the head coach, Philip Montgomery. Now, got to bounce back again.
Yeah.
It's happened before. I thought your guys tonight, considering Navy was a difficult game, your guys really bounced back and played well tonight. But you got to keep that mental part of it up. How do you do that?
Well, you just got to continue to keep grinding. Adversity is going to come on the football field and in life. You got to continue to keep pushing forward and attacking it. We got another opportunity next week against a really good, explosive Memphis team. We know what we're going to get when we get into those battles with them, and so you threw last week away with Navy. I thought our defense really responded well this week and did a nice job of bouncing back from that. And then we just got to take care of the football and continue to keep doing the things that we've got to do to improve, and that's eliminate turnovers, eliminate penalties, and finish things up in the red zone and get off the field on third down.
Yeah, that was Diamond Cannon, by the way. Just said hi to Coach on the way by. Memphis homecoming. You got people coming back, old players coming in. What does homecoming mean?
Well, it's always special when you get former Letterman and just regular schoolmates coming back. Everybody has a good time and enjoys it. For us, we've got to stay focused on the game. You let everybody else have all the fun and the festivities parts of it. We've got a good job to do, and obviously an extremely tough opponent with Memphis. So we got to be locked in and focused to our job at hand and step on the field and let's go get a win.
All right, well, we'll see you next time, next week after the Memphis game right here.
All right, guys, thank you very much. And yes, homecoming is so very important at the University of Tulsa, and it is on Saturday when the Memphis Tigers come into town, and Memphis a very good team. So we hope to see you at H.A. Chapman Stadium, celebrate along with all of those that come back to celebrate on homecoming. Again, the game starts at 6 o'clock on Saturday, and get your tickets at 918-631-GO-TU, or you can go online at tulsahurricane.com/tickets. For my broadcast partner, Rick Corey, and for head coach Philip Montgomery, I'm Bruce Howard. We'll talk to you next week.
The Philip Montgomery Show has been brought to you by St. Francis Health System, by Riversbury Casino, and by Pepsi. The Philip Montgomery Show has been a presentation of Golden Hurricane Sports Properties and a Kane Vision production.